Delta Airlines Flight 4819 began as a routine journey. The Bombardier CRJ-900, operated by Endeavour Air, departed Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport on a frigid February morning. Its destination, the bustling hub of Toronto Pearson International Airport. On board were 76 passengers and 4 crew members. The mood on board was light, with passengers anticipating a smooth flight. As the plane approached the Canadian border, the first signs of trouble emerged. The once calm skies began to darken, swirling with ominous gray clouds. Turbulence rattled the aircraft, casting a palpable tension over the cabin. The pilot's voice came over the intercom, informing passengers of unexpected weather conditions near Toronto. The descent into Toronto was fraught with anxiety as the plane battled the strengthening winds. As the plane prepared for its final approach, the full fury of the storm became terrifyingly clear. Toronto was in the grips of a fierce winter storm. Strong winds, gusting up to 38 miles per hour, whipped across the airport. A thick blanket of snow reduced visibility to a mere 5 miles. The runway lights were blurred by the driving snow. The storm presented a formidable challenge to even the most experienced pilots. The pilots of Flight 4819 were acutely aware of the risks. They had been closely monitoring the weather reports and were in constant communication with air traffic control. The decision to land, however, ultimately rested with them. Weighing the risks, they opted to attempt a landing. It was a decision that would have far-reaching consequences. As the plane descended, the wind shear intensified. Wind shear is a particularly dangerous phenomenon for aircraft. The pilots struggled to maintain control of the aircraft. The plane lurched violently, tossing passengers against their seatbelts. In the cockpit, alarms blared, warning of the imminent danger. The landing was anything but smooth. As the plane's wheels touched down on the slick runway, the wind shear took hold, wrenching the aircraft sideways. The pilots, fighting to regain control, were unable to prevent the plane from careening off the runway. With a sickening crunch of metal and a shower of sparks, the plane skidded across the snow-covered ground, its momentum carrying it towards a ditch at the edge of the airfield. The impact was violent. Passengers were thrown against their seats, luggage tumbled from overhead compartments, and screams filled the cabin. The force of the crash ripped away a section of the fuselage, exposing the interior to the blinding snow and howling wind. Fuel lines ruptured, spraying flammable jet fuel onto the snow. The smell of aviation fuel, acrid and pungent, filled the cabin, adding to the sense of panic. In the midst of the chaos, a terrifying realization swept through the cabin. The plane was upside down. Suspended by their seatbelts, passengers found themselves hanging precariously, their world turned upside down. The lights flickered and died, plunging the cabin into darkness. The air was thick with the smell of jet fuel and the sound of panicked cries. Fear, raw and primal, gripped the passengers. The news of the crash sent shockwaves through Toronto Pearson International Airport and beyond. The airport, one of the busiest in the world, came to a standstill as emergency protocols were activated. The crash, a stark reminder of the inherent risks of air travel, triggered a swift and coordinated response from the airport authorities and emergency services. Within minutes, the first responders arrived on the scene, their flashing lights cutting through the swirling snow. Fire trucks, their sirens wailing, raced towards the wreckage, followed by ambulances and other emergency vehicles. The sight that greeted them was chaotic. A mangled aircraft lying upside down on the snow-covered ground, surrounded by debris and a growing pool of jet fuel. The airport authorities, faced with a major emergency, acted decisively. All 5 runways were immediately shut down, halting all arriving and departing flights. The closure, a necessary precaution to ensure the safety of passengers and allow emergency services unimpeded access to the crash site, caused widespread disruption to air travel. Flights were diverted to other airports, while thousands of passengers found themselves stranded, anxiously awaiting updates on the situation. Section 5. Engineering for Survival. Amidst the wreckage and chaos, a ray of hope emerged. Despite the severity of the crash, there were no fatalities. All 80 people on board, 76 passengers and 4 crew members survived. The remarkable survival rate, a testament to the advancements in aircraft safety and the heroic actions of the first responders, became a focal point in the aftermath of the crash. Aviation experts attributed the high survival rate to a combination of factors, most notably the aircraft's robust design and safety features. The Bombardier CRJ-900, like all modern commercial aircraft, is designed to withstand significant impact forces. The fuselage, constructed from lightweight yet incredibly strong materials, is engineered to absorb and distribute the force of a crash, protecting the occupants. The plane's seats, equipped with energy-absorbing materials and multi-point harnesses, played a crucial role in minimizing injuries. These seats, designed to withstand forces far exceeding those experienced in a typical crash, prevented passengers from being thrown violently around the cabin. The cabin itself, lined with fire-retardant materials, helped to contain the spread of fire, providing precious time for evacuation. Section 6. Heroes in the Storm. The first responders arriving at the scene within minutes of the crash were met with a scene of chaos and destruction. The mangled wreckage of the aircraft lying upside down amidst the snow and debris painted a grim picture. Yet, amidst the wreckage, there were signs of hope. The sound of voices, some panicked, some remarkably calm, emanating from inside the overturned plane. The firefighters, trained for such emergencies, immediately set to work, battling the elements and the ever-present risk of fire. Using specialized equipment, they sprayed foam onto the wreckage, suppressing the flames and preventing the spread of fire. Simultaneously, paramedics and other medical personnel established a triage area nearby, preparing to treat the injured. The evacuation of the passengers was a delicate and dangerous operation. The overturned plane, its interior a jumble of twisted metal and debris, presented numerous challenges. The first responders, working with speed and precision, carefully navigated the wreckage, creating escape routes for the trapped passengers. Section 7. Seeking Answers. The crash of Delta Airlines Flight 4819 sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, prompting a thorough investigation into the cause of the accident. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, the agency responsible for investigating air accidents in Canada, took the lead in the investigation, working in close collaboration with the United States National Transportation Safety Board. The investigation, a complex and multifaceted undertaking, focused on gathering and analyzing a wide range of evidence, including flight data recorder information, cockpit voice recordings, weather data, air traffic control communications, and wreckage examination. The investigators, seasoned professionals with expertise in aircraft systems, meteorology, human factors, and other relevant disciplines, meticulously pieced together the events leading up to the crash. The investigation, expected to last several months, aimed to determine the sequence of events that led to the crash, identify any contributing factors, and most importantly, recommend measures to prevent similar accidents from occurring in the future. The findings of the investigation would be crucial in enhancing aviation safety and preventing future tragedies. Section 8. Voices from the Wreckage. In the aftermath of the crash, the stories of the passengers and crew members emerged, painting a vivid picture of the harrowing experience and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. Their accounts, a mix of terror, courage, and gratitude, provided a poignant human dimension to the tragedy. One passenger, Sarah Williams, described the moment of impact. It felt like we hit a brick wall. There was a loud bang, and then everything went crazy. People were screaming, luggage was flying everywhere, and the lights went out. It was terrifying. Another passenger, John Smith, recalled the chaotic evacuation. We were hanging upside down, strapped into our seats. It was surreal. The first responders were amazing. They were calm and reassuring, guiding us out of the wreckage. Section 9. A Testament to Safety. The crash of Delta Airlines Flight 4819, though a harrowing ordeal for all involved, served as a stark reminder of the remarkable advancements in aviation safety. The fact that all 80 people on board survived, a testament to the robust design of the aircraft, the effectiveness of safety features, and the heroism of the first responders, underscored the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety standards. The incident, though tragic, highlighted the crucial role that safety regulations, technological advancements, and human factors play in ensuring the well-being of passengers and crew members. The lessons learned from the crash, from the initial design and certification of the aircraft to the training and performance of the pilots and first responders, would undoubtedly lead to further enhancements in aviation safety protocols. The crash, a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with air travel, also underscored the importance of continuous research, innovation, and collaboration within the aviation industry. By striving for the highest levels of safety, the industry can mitigate risks, enhance passenger safety, and ensure that air travel remains one of the safest modes of transportation.